Hey guys, I'm Shane. Around here, Dad knows things, because someone has to. Let's get started.
Hey, my dad knows things. He knows things. Ask him once and watch it click. My dad knows things. He knows things. Dad knows things. That's the trick. Dad knows things. Hey!
Today I want to talk about robot lawnmowers and how they got so smart and the technology that has made them what we rely on today. Most people think this technology is new or futuristic, but all the way back in 1969 is when Husqvarna created the first robot lawnmower in the Mowbot. 26 years later, in 1995, Husqvarna released their solar mower. It was nicknamed the Turtle and ushered in a new breed of mowers. By 2003, there were really 3 production brands available: Husqvarna, Friendly Robotics, and an Italian brand. In the last 23 years, things have changed significantly. This can make picking one nearly impossible. The list of things to consider is ridiculous. You got to consider navigation, the boundary system, how it avoids obstacles, what's the cutting performance, because that's what we're really after, terrain, lawn capacity, what size can it cut, how do you map your yard? The app itself is a big one for me. Connectivity is huge. How does it connect? What happens when it rains? What about security if someone steals it? It's got to be reliable. What kind of support will you get? Is there a warranty? With batteries, you have to always wonder about power. What about installation? Is it difficult? A big one is cost. What about the company that makes it? Have you ever heard of them? Some of them have different smart features. A lot of them require a lot of intervention. The biggest thing for me is the technology.
Tecnologia!
Tecnology.
Tecnologia!
Today's robot lawnmowers have unbelievable technology. RTK, GPS, LiDAR, AI vision, sensors, the ability to control it from your app on your phone, automatic charging, adaptive mowing, all-wheel drive. Some of them can cut in the rain. They have a lot of security features, edge cutting, and the battery life is surprisingly long on some models. Some models get over-the-air updates, which is awesome because they continuously improve. The first mower I considered was the Lymow 1 Plus. It has 16-inch rotary blades instead of the small spinning razor blades. It's got a floating cutting deck and tracks. I like the tracks idea at first. It could climb really steep slopes up to 45 degrees. It can climb obstacles that are pretty large. Lymow uses RTK, V-SLAM, AI vision, and ultrasonic sensors. It has wire-free virtual mapping and a lot of other features that are pretty readily available in most popular models. What I originally thought was an asset turned into a liability, though, because the tracks, as it turns out, were not ideal, especially if you have really good-looking grass in a clean yard. The tracks seem to leave some pretty bad spots when they turned around in a lot of the reviews I saw. This kind of opened my eyes to the razor blades instead of the large single blade, which I thought I really needed, but it turns out maybe not so much. Next, I considered the Navimow by Segway. This is a name brand that a lot of people recognize, maybe not with lawnmowers, but it uses the same RTK, V-SLAM, AI technology that a lot of the mowers use. The biggest weakness that I found in reviews was the terrain, the obstacle avoidance that isn't foolproof, the RTK being a potential Achilles heel, and the software and firmware maturity being a concern. Next, I looked at the Motion Luba. This looked like a really good option, has a lot of really cool features that I really wanted. But the biggest problem that I found with it is there is no local dealership. In central Mississippi, if you run into a problem with this, you're essentially dealing with online support. I ended up going with the Kress KR276. their new iPilot version. Although primarily overseas, Kress has been in the robot lawnmower business for a long time. I found several Facebook groups that were very mature and had a lot of information shared. The technology of many of the robots was very similar. In fact, I would say that none really stood out significantly. Some had advantages here and there, just different technologies. What really stood out for me, though, is that I had a local dealership with Kress. Kress is being sold by Ace Hardware. That made a big difference because I met the dealer and he gave me his personal mobile number. So I had someone I could call, someone to text, questions, concerns, and just general discussion about the information that I was looking for. That made a huge difference. Pricing was not a big difference. I was able to buy the Kress KR276 for about $3,600. That was much less than I could have purchased even a used X-Mark Zero Turn locally. So there you have it. That's my decision. Um, I researched thoroughly and I feel very confident in my decision. Obviously, I want everyone to do their own research, but I hope that I've taken some of this research off of you guys and told you what I've learned. My next video, I'll do an unboxing. We'll look through what all I got and start talking about setup and what's required to get the mower going. Don't forget to subscribe and remember, Dad knows things and now you know things too.
Dad knows things, that's the trick.